Okay, here we are. Hope everyone's having a great day. I just got done playing like 20 kid 1v1, so my brain might be a little fried. In any case, today we're gonna be working on another dribble mechanic. Kind of overlooked in my opinion, something I like to pretend that I'm good at, something that I think is really important. No, it's not wave dashes, I'm just doing those because I'm feeling like it, but it's drifts. Drifting around and catching, controlling, getting pops with, and just all of the fun intricacies of drifting. I'll probably link a few like drift training packs that I recommend using, but they're not really for dribbles. They kind of branch off of dribbles, like being able to get the catch because of a drift and then getting into a dribble. It's King Randy's pack. I'll put it in the comments if I remember. If I forget, somebody please remind me or something. But today, that's what we're going to be working on. We are going to be working on drifting. If you don't have drift set, I recommend you do that if you don't already have it. Again, I just played a bunch of 1v1s. My brain is fried. But drifts are fun. They're important. They can get you into some fun situations. They can get you into some bad situations if you're not careful. But all in all, it's good to be able to drift and control the ball, because you can get some really dirty cuts and control, and you can get some nice direction changes. And it's honestly just one of those mechanics that a lot of people overlook. And King Randy's like really good at like showing how good drifts can be, and he takes them to the next level for sure. But I'm not gonna be doing anything like that today. We're gonna be doing this in free play. I know it's probably boring. You guys probably hate it, but today we're just gonna be kind of vibing out, hanging out, chilling with the drifts, trying to feel how it feels to drift, and just playing around with it. Isn't it anything like crazy? We're just going to be kind of playing around with how it feels to be drifting while dribbling. There's no true crazy goal for this. It's honestly just going to be you kind of holding drift and seeing how your car reacts. If you like accelerate, what does it do? If you boost, what does it do? There's a ton of little intricacies with it that you really are going to want to play around with. I recommend having 100 boost on, because you're going to be just kind of playing around with what it feels like to drift. We're probably going to have drifting later on. Probably going to get into like drifting around and getting into like reverse dribbles, something that I struggle with. But for now, don't worry about it. Just work on getting little drifts. If you're still kind of struggling with it, maybe just work on getting little drifts while the ball's still kind of on the ground, or just getting like kind of little cuts and then doing a drift and do another touch. As long as you're kind of pushing yourself, making yourself a little bit uncomfortable, you're gonna be learning, you're gonna be getting in reps, you're gonna be getting in the hours, the things needed. So do it. Just do it and get those hours in, get the time in, get the experience in. And it's really just about focusing in on how your car reacts to your controller inputs, how the ball reacts to the touches you're making on it. 'Cause you can really get some really fun plays going from dribbles and from drifts in particular. Again, big shout out to all you guys. Thanks everyone for the support. I've had a lot of really nice feedback, and I totally didn't expect it. I thought I was just gonna kind of post a series and have like maybe a few people kind of show up and stuff, but a lot of people have showed up. I hope you guys are training along with me and getting some good quality training done. I hope you guys are improving a little bit, even if it's a little bit, and even if it's hard to notice. I guarantee you're doing it, even if you can't tell. Yeah, today's exercise is pretty chill. We're just kind of playing around in free play. We're just kind of hanging out, getting our drifts. Again, really gonna keep saying this every time, I think, but make sure you're doing it from the left and the right. If you're comfortable to the left, do it to the right. If you're comfortable to the right, do it to the left. you want to try and get like 360s in and just see like how many weird things you can get, feel free to do so. I like to hold power slide and then turn into the direction like that the ball's kind of falling off my car to kind of get some tighter like turns in, I guess. If you're doing like really tight turns, you want the ball to be a little bit lower on your car, or lower rather to the ground, because once you have like momentum with the ball, it's really easy for the ball to roll over you. So if you're doing a really tight turn, you want to wait for it to get close to the ground and then get your turn. If you're too high up and you do it, you're gonna either hit the ball away or it's gonna roll over the top of your car. There's some stuff to kind of keep in mind as you're working on this today. Throw in little things if you want. I think tomorrow we're gonna do some wave dashes. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Just like kind of working on getting little wave dashes like so. It seems maybe too hard. I haven't really decided yet, but right now I'm just kind of working on just doing these wave dashes. I mean, doing these power slides. I think it's really good to be able to have your power slide down, especially because like power slide cuts and getting like this pop into this position opens up so many possibilities. And then just being able to do like power slides like this, you know, being able to get around the ball, turn around and get the touch that you need to on it. You can practice like these kind of bounce dribbles if you'd like. I think Flake's a big proponent of it. I might also link Flake's video down below, because yeah, honestly, he does a good job at kind of explaining why power slide cuts are important. And then just King Randy, go and check him out. He does a ton of drift stuff. Like, he's really good at getting like these nutty like drift catches and stuff and bringing those into some really fun dribbles. Feel free to drop down in the comments if you've managed to do all the days so far. I know a few people haven't, because I see the numbers. I see the numbers on the videos. You guys can't lie to me. I know what's going on. I know some of you are either skipping videos or not doing every day. It doesn't matter though if you're not doing every day, honestly. As long as you're training occasionally, working on something that might be a little bit harder than your norm, that's what really matters. Because the more you kind of work on these new mechanics and work on these different things, the more you are going to be improving, because you're working on something you can't do, or something that you struggle at, or even if you can already do it, you're honing in your skills. And sometimes that's the important part. And sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes you need to hone those skills. I always make sure I do a little kind of wind down session at the end of my day of just working on things that I know I'm already good at, and just kind of trying to keep on working on those. I like to work on my flicks and stuff like that towards the end of the day. I got quiet there. I was zoning out. Pretty late at night for me. Later than I normally record. Today's just been kind of busy. Been really, really busy lately. That's just kind of how the new year goes, you know? You have a ton of stuff going on. I like to try and control the ball and like get really tight turns back and forth down the pitch. I like to try and turn it around and take it to the other side of the field. And sometimes you don't even have to like really hold power slides. Sometimes you just have to do some little like taps, I guess you could say. A lot of stuff in this game kind of comes down to like moderation of like how much you actually have to do a certain thing. Really weird, like you don't have to hold power slide as much as you think you do for some stuff. You don't have to like tilt into a flip reset as much as you think you do for some stuff. It's really weird, honestly. But And you kind of learn these things as you just like experiment. And there's no one exact right answer to, which is the nice thing about this game, is that you can kind of play around with everything. You can see how it feels. You can see how it feels in different scenarios. And like, it's a very fluid game. And that's something I really enjoy about this game. Feel free to get in some pops, you know. Try and just keep it up, I guess, if you want. A good way to do this is just kind of work on getting little tiny power slides here and there, and then controlling it, either going in little circles or you can do figure eights. Figure eights are better because it kind of makes you work on both sides. Yeah, this is just kind of get you in the habit of being able to turn in situations where your opponent can't really predict it, or even sometimes they just won't believe that you're going to be able to get a nutty power side turnaround, and they might go for like mid boost, something like that, you know. But once you kind of start getting these down, and once you guys check out that training pack that I'm going to drop down in the comments, you'll kind of feel what I mean. I might also link his video to it just so you guys can watch how he does his power slides and how it can really change the way you control the ball. Because you can get some crazy angles and catches that just don't feel possible if you don't do it. And with any little mechanic, you know, there's always a ton of ways to use it and a ton of ways to not use it. So make sure you're not overusing it. Make sure you're not using it in bad situations, and before you take it into game, I recommend being able to be pretty proficient with it. If you guys followed my last series or have been listening with this series, I recommend like a 70% like consistency. Like let's say you're going for like 10 shots, you want to be able to hit that shot 7 times out of 10 if like you want to start trying it in game. And then once you're in game, you're going to realize that it's a lot different than in free play. And then you're going to have to get that number back up. And then once you get confident, it's probably right around like the, I'd say 80% range. You can hit it about 80% of the time. That's hard in games. Like there's tons of stuff going on. You have limited boost, stuff like that, you know. I appreciate everyone that's been hanging out, going on this little dribble journey with me. Do you guys have any ideas or any wants for like maybe a next video? How often I should do these, you know? Let me know, because I mean, I enjoy doing them. It seems like a lot of people enjoy this kind of training, this kind of challenge to kind of make sure you're improving and working on something. Definitely fun just kind of drifting around and seeing what you can do with the ball. It's weird. It definitely feels weird, but sometimes you can get like little micro drifts in. It's really weird. Drifts are funky, but they're important. And they're just another thing that you need to learn. You don't even have to like work on it while dribbling. Just like being able to get turnarounds like this and get the touch on the ball that you mean to can be huge. Like there, I didn't even get the touch that I wanted. Like just making sure that you can kind of like turn around and get into like a setup that you want, that's big. So, just something to kind of keep an eye on. Something to train. It's another piece to the puzzle of Rocket League. If you want to be real fancy, you can try and get like drift catches like this by sending the ball to you. As like an example of, like if the defender got some sort of a save, you know, and you wanted to try and get a good catch. Here, if you want to get like a crazy pop infield, make a touch. There's tons of stuff. It's nice. It is the more you like kind of break down a mechanic slowly and the things you can do with it, you kind of stumble upon more and more outplay potential, more and more things that you can do, different ways you can play the game. It's really fun. That's kind of why I love this game. Might be a short video just because there's not too much. You guys just have to listen to me kind of ramble about drifting around the ball. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I appreciate all the feedback, and I appreciate everyone watching and hanging out in the comments. I've had some really nice comments. Had some people pop into the Twitch while we're live, and some people pop into the Discord, and we appreciate you guys. I really do. So, I mean, we'll see you guys around. Check out my Twitch if you haven't. We do stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right now, so if you pop in at that time, then you'll see us. We mostly do 1v1s, by the way, if you were curious. That's kind of what we do. But I think that's going to be it for today's video. And we'll see you tomorrow for another day, calm training. Well, have a good one. Good luck, have fun out there, and happy training. Peace.